AITA for exposing my wife's affair to her family in a very public way? I really need to know if I'm the asshole here. I, 37M, have been married to my wife, 35F, for 10 years. We have 2 beautiful children, and our life seemed perfect. But a few months ago, I noticed changes in her behavior. She was often absent, suddenly had many work meetings, and became very secretive with her phone. I always had full trust in her, but the nagging feeling that something was wrong wouldn't go away. So I started looking for answers. At first, I voiced my concerns, but she brushed them off and called me paranoid. Eventually, I decided to hire a private investigator, which wasn't easy, because I felt terrible doing it. But the results he delivered confirmed my worst fears. She was having an affair. My world collapsed. After all the years of trust and love, I felt betrayed and humiliated. But instead of acting impulsively, I decided to plan everything carefully. I didn't just want revenge. I wanted her to understand what she had done. Recently, a big family gathering was planned at our house, and I knew this would be my opportunity. While we were planning the details of the gathering, I made sure all her closest relatives would come. Her parents, her siblings, and a few close friends were invited. I was determined to carry out my plan without anyone suspecting anything. On the day of the gathering, my wife said she would be late because of an urgent meeting. Of course, I knew this was a lie, and that she would use this meeting to see her lover, so I arranged for the family to gather at our house before she arrived. Once everyone was there, I pretended to call my wife to ask when she would arrive. Instead, I FaceTimed her and projected the call onto our big living room TV. Naturally, she didn't answer, so I activated the detective's camera I had installed in the hotel room where she was meeting. The screen flickered and clearly showed my wife in a very compromising moment with her lover. The room was tense with silence. Everyone stared at the screen, incredulous and shocked. Then chaos erupted. Her mother started crying, her father yelled at her through the phone, and her siblings either looked at the floor or argued heatedly amongst themselves. I just stood there, watching the scene unfold, while my wife tried to end the call. It was surreal and painful, but also a strange satisfaction in bringing the truth to light. My wife eventually came home, but the atmosphere was icy. We had a long and painful conversation where she cried and apologized. But I knew it wasn't enough. Her betrayal had destroyed not only me, but our whole family. The last few days have been a nightmare. Our children don't know exactly what happened, but they sense that something is wrong. Her parents are devastated and have temporarily cut contact with her. Some of her siblings have taken my side, while others are trying to excuse or at least understand her behavior. Now I'm sitting here wondering if I did the right thing. Was it too cruel to expose her in this way? Should I have handled it more discreetly? I know there could have been another way. But at that moment, it felt like this was the only way to make her feel the pain she caused.